Hello everyone, I'm Kent Louie, science teacher and talking head, broadcasting from beautiful Vancouver, Canada, and welcome to Real Science Challenge. How do you assess work habits? It sounds like a pretty simple thing to do. We think we know good work habits when we see it, but what does it actually look like? So today I'm sharing some of the things my colleagues have shared with me on how I can improve assessing work habits. Now, long story short, I can use work habit rubrics, I can provide different ways for students to demonstrate work habits, and I can conference with individual students to better understand what success looks like for them. But before I dive deeper, handouts for this post can be found at realsciencechallenge.com/EP40, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. When assessing work habits, I'm still pretty old school about it. I usually check homework, look at incomplete or complete work, and see if work was handed in on time or not. But even I admit this is not the best way to assess work habits. Work habits can include many other things and look different than what I'm looking for. So how might I assess this? A few of my colleagues gave the following suggestions at a recent meeting. Number one, I can use a rubric to assess work habits. Now here's one that's posted on the school website here in BC. As you can see, it shows that work habits include attendance and punctuality, preparedness, responsibility, and taking initiative. And it goes further to explain what good, satisfactory, and needs improvement would look like for each category. Now, it would be my responsibility for letting my students know about this rubric at the beginning of term so that they know what I'm looking for. But another colleague suggested that I develop a work habits rubric with my classes instead of using one that is already pre-made. Now this would do two things. It would let students know what is being assessed in work habits, while also giving students voice as to what should be assessed. Number two, I can give a greater diversity of practices students can do to demonstrate work habits. For example, an English teacher at my school has students come in during flex time to get help with and work on essay drafts. Now this colleague counts this as work habits because it demonstrates ownership of work and an interest to put in the work to improve. So this could translate into my science class with regards to the engineering and design projects I assign. For example, right now, some of my students are working on a bath bombs project. They're making bath bombs, tinkering with the formulations to achieve a specific result. In the same way as my colleague who teaches English, I could open up my room during flex time to allow students to come in to work on or get help with the bath bomb formulations too, before the project is due. Now this is not something that I could or would traditionally be able to measure if I were just checking for completion. Number three, I can conference with students to reevaluate what success looks like to each student. A colleague who works in the special ed department here at my school mentioned that for some kids, getting to school is a huge win. And perhaps that can be recognized in their work habit. Thus, in my mind, I'm seeing that work habits are flexible. They can be assessed against a rubric, but also adapted for individual cases. But this would require me to know the student, what they're struggling with, and what they're doing to overcome it. That's the three. That's this episode. Please smash the like or subscribe button below, or better yet, leave me a comment. Handouts, once again, are at realsciencechallenge.com/EP40. Thanks for watching, and let's talk science again soon.